everyone, my name is Emily Stone, and today I will be talking to you a little bit about South Africa. So, my first slide is perceptions of control and circumstances. And so, in South Africa, people tend to have a balanced view of their lives. They believe that while they can take action and influence their circumstances, there are still outside forces such as the government or history or luck that also play a big role. This mindset reflects that the country's complex past and diverse cultural background. So then we have that South Africa scores a 49 out of 100 on the Hofstede's uncertainty avoidance dimension, which is right in the middle. That tells us that people there are fairly comfortable with uncertainty and change. They are not obsessed with strict rules or total predictability. They're used to dealing with the unexpected. So then we have that the rules are flexible but not rigid. This culture tends to see rules more as guidelines than strict laws. If a rule doesn't work or feels unfair, people are often willing to change it or work around it. That shows that the belief that people can adapt and have control over how things should work. And then we have the respect for tradition, but they're open to improvising. So even though there's a strong respect for tradition and specifically the cultivist communities, South Africans also view practical solutions. If something needs to be done differently to get results, they're willing to adapt. It's about mixing old ways with new thinking. So we have slide 2, long-term versus short-term orientation. So South Africans scores an 18 in this category, which puts it firmly in the short-term oriented range. This means people tend to focus on immediate needs and present-day outcomes instead of planning far into the future. So they value traditions and quick results. There's a strong emphasis on following established norms and customs. People generally prefer things that have worked in the past and expect to see results quickly, whether it's in their work day or even in their daily lives. And then we have that they prefer short-term goals and outcomes. So goals are typically set with near future in mind. This could apply to work projects, business performance, or even personal decisions. People want to see the results right then and there. And then we have the past over future changes. Tradition plays a big role in society. Because of this, there's often hesitation when it comes to new ideas or major changes, especially if they challenge long-standing beliefs or customs. So then our side 3 is masculinity versus femininity. So masculine, or the achievement-driven culture, scored a 63 out of 100. This means people tend to value ambition, achievement, and visible success. It's a culture where individuals often measure progress by how well they perform compared to others. So then our next bullet is how they focus on success and performance. Competition and success play a big role in how people are motivated, whether it's in the classroom, workplace, or even sports. Being the best and rising to the top is a strong motivator. People take pride in standing out through effort and results. Then we have conflicts handled directly. Conflicts are not typically avoided in South Africa. They're addressed directly. In more masculine cultures like South Africa, confrontation isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's normal to take problems head on, speak up, or stand your ground, especially in the workplace. So then our last bullet on this slide is that leaders are expected to be assertive. So leaders are expected to be confident, decisive, and result-focused. Good managers in South Africa are usually assertive and action-oriented. They're seen as strong if they can lead with clear goals and deliver real results rather than just maintaining harmony. Slide 4 is corruption score and public trust. So in the 2024 corruption index score for South Africa was a 41 out of 100. This score shows that South Africa faces a moderate to high level perceived corruption in their public sector. A score of 100 means that they're clean, as 0 is extremely corrupt. So scoring a 41 means that it's a visible concern, but there's also room for improvement. So then we have that the score is below global average. So global average scoring is usually between a 43 and 45. South Africa scoring a 41 means it's slightly worse off than average, this suggests that corruption is more normalized or tolerated than in a more transparent country. So then we have corruption seen as an ongoing issue. There have been many recent scandals and investigations involving misuse of public funds or abuse of power. This has kept corruption in the news and made it a very serious and ongoing concern in both politics and businesses in South Africa. So then our last slide is the worst times to travel to South Africa. So we'll start with the very first one. It's January and February. So it's very hot and humid in the north. So during January and February, many northern parts of South Africa, like Johannesburg, experiences hot temperatures and humidity. This can make travel uncomfortable and may impact productivity during a business trip. So then we have June through August, which is cold and rainy in Cape Town. So Cape Town's winter is between June and August. This can be quite chilly and very wet during this time, which might disrupt meetings, travel plans, or even outdoor events. And then we have the public holidays. Obviously, the offices are shut down. So South Africans have several national public holidays, and many businesses completely shut down during these times. It's important to plan around these dates to ensure availability of contracts and services. So our last bullet point is mid-December through mid-January is the festive season. So South Africa has a festive season shutdown going through mid-December through early January. Many companies close completely, and response times are slow. This means I would never personally schedule business meetings or business during the festive season. And that is all that I have for you today. I appreciate your time and thank you.